sugar-coated doll is not so pure. My bad, I don't give up. You're stepping on me and that got my mama touch you better than that. You're mad, I guess you're mad. Wore my best pajama for this drama. Why you talking like that, like that, like that? I'm not gonna spend the night, I'm talking. You got bad things on your mind, keep walking. Spit your words on someone else. Don't act like you're so obsessed with me, with me. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well, come as a bitch, get ready for this. Tries my best, confess. You hate me wearing the pants. If you weren't so damn obsessed with making me a perfect lie. Makeup is out, naturals in, letting my skin glow out. Yeah, take a shit if you don't like this. You still live in your man's world. I'm not gonna spend the night, I'm talking. You got bad things on your mind, keep walking. Spit your words on someone else. Don't act like you're so obsessed with me, with me. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well, come as a bitch, get ready for this. Get ready for this. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well, come as a bitch, get ready for this. Get ready for this.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in.
Okay, please tell me you can hear me now. Oh, wait. Can you hear me now? We're both. We're in both. Please tell me you can hear me. I did pull the cord out of my mic yesterday, but I just wouldn't think that that would hurt it. Yay, you can hear me, Moon? Woohoo! Okay. Let's go back to the top. Good morning, Moon and Irma. Good morning, Jamie. It's good to see you. Good morning, Last Nerve. Morning, Glam. Morning, Sassy. Did I get all of you? I don't know what was up with that. I should have known if things have been going too smoothly. That's always not a good thing. Okay, Moon. Okay, it's a Wednesday. So I thought we would just everybody seemed to be really into the mom of 8 that we covered on Monday. So I thought we would watch a couple more of her videos. She's only posted one new one and it was just a short. And we'll watch that. But I think I got the impression it was like the video was solely to show, one, that they were cleaning up outside, and 2, that the kids were happy and playful and, you know, okay. So we'll watch that. But that's the only one she's got up. So we didn't finish going over her other ones. And like I said, there's not a lot of them. So we can finish going over those. Jodie Hildebrandt, which is Ruby Frankie's business partner. She's the one that was arrested with her for the child neglect and abuse. And her niece did an interview, I believe it was with ABC News. So we are going to watch that. And she has some perspective to shed on the fact that like when she was younger, she was in the care of Jodie for a certain amount of time and stuff. So she spread some light on how that was. And then, does anybody watch Tipster? I was watching Tipster last night, and he did a reaction. Does anyone know who Asmongold is? He's big YouTuber. I think he's pretty much gamer, but when I looked at his channel, it looked like it was, he was a gamer. It's not something that we're going to cover all the time, but he's a big, huge YouTuber. His net worth is like $11 million. And he let one of the channels do a house tour of his home, and he lives in his family home. And it was just, it was funny, and it was a complete disaster. And so it just was surprising to see how somebody lives that has that kind of money. You've heard of him? Morning, Lilith. Oh, Sassy, I'm so sorry. Boy, it seems to be making a comeback, doesn't it? Good morning, Jarella. So it doesn't really, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you know who Asmongold is or not. I just found the video of his house tour entertaining. So he's not, like I said, he's not somebody we're going to cover. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's problematic or anything like that. I just thought that the house tour one was entertaining. So let's see. What do we want to start with? I think we'll do the Asmongold last. Then we'll get the deep stuff out of the way first. There we go. Okay, so this is the interview. We'll do this one first. This one is, after we do this one, then we'll do one. Then we'll do the other one with the interview with the niece. This is a compilation of the weird antics that Ruby Frankie would put on her channel for the world to see with no qualms about it or anything. Anyways, this is her and 13 minutes straight of her stuff.
Are they okay? Are they okay? Are you okay? Russell?
This was my first car crash.
And you know what? I want to tell you something, and I want you to really listen. We should have been in that crash.
Kate.
Crap, I dropped the phone.
Chad, no.
I'm serious, where did it go? I dropped the phone.
Chad, are you serious? I can't see you. I can't see anything. Chad, are you okay?
Oh my god!
I can't see you. Where are you?
My leg is broken, please!
Not taking this serious injury.
Oh, you're gonna be okay. I know. Someone will come. Don't worry. Help! We're over here.
Watch out on the left side. We hear someone.
He does not.
He's hurt. He has something stuck on his leg.
I cannot figure out if this is real or not. It feels like bad acting to me. I don't know if this, I didn't finish this video, so I don't know if this is real. It does say down at the bottom, not the faking a serious injury. She just sounds like she's acting.
Like,
All right, medic. Okay, medic, let us know what you need.
Yes,
Where's the
Bella.
suitcase located, Igor? Which strip?
All right.
You guys gonna take him out? Sounds good. We'll see you out on top side.
Guys, hyperventilating going into set. Can we get a blanket? Get a blanket. Give me a blanket.
my name's Sherry.
Hey, watch out, watch out.
We're gonna get you and your brother out of here. We're working on it right now. Doing fine.
Is he gonna be okay?
I think you.
Hey, what side are we on? We're on the map
We can help him out.
Grab them back.
Good morning, Annalyn.
Rebecca? All right. Is everybody good? Time to get one. Go. What did you have for breakfast?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want your heads up?
So, yes, this was staged, but this was done purposely.
I look like the creepy teenager.
Morning, Ghostface. Okay, it was staged.
So the question is, who wore it best?
Sherry.
Who's got the best dress? Sherry, let's see yours. Wow! Julie, I'm not even gonna let you leave like my bedroom in this. This is
Horrible.
She's 11 years old, but she looks like she's 21.
How did you get makeup on? I don't know. You got makeup on her butt.
All of my girls wear size 14. They're all different shapes though, and they're all at different levels of maturity, yet they all wear size 14. If you are a size 14, here are your options. Unicorn with the flippy little sequins. We went shopping for Sherry and this is what we found. You can also find very mature, I even made her put on a sports bra. I'm like, you gotta put something on underneath this. This is what we found. Don't know where Julie's gonna go where this would be appropriate. And Abby found something that shows her belly here, which I am not okay with.
I like this.
You let them buy it, obviously you were okay with it.
Because I am your mother and I just need to make sure everything you wear is appropriate. You're just a girl woman. Keep your eyes on my eyes and don't know her. I'm just making sure you're covered, that's all. You look great.
Sherry's having an argument. She's saying that lotion is not a liquid.
No, she's calling it an amorphous solid.
I can't believe my 8th grader is arguing that it's an amorphous solid. Scientifically, it's a solid. Oh, Sherry, just give it up. Just give it up. Just throw it away. That's what I said. Just throw it away. They don't want to pat Sherry down because she's not an adult, so I'm going to take her place. This is legit.
How does that make sense?
Yes. All right,
They don't want to pat her down, which great. She's a minor. She shouldn't be patted down, right? But what? How do you switch out? Okay, so the mom's going to get patted down. So in other words, that's like saying if you want to hide something, give it to your kid. That's kind of messed up. Hi, Fresh Flowers. Good morning, Rosalind.
You can get me. I was trying to take dinner out to the fridge.
No, not that.
I'm so sad. Don't come down here. It's all broken. I bought the... Thank you, honey. Are you sad for me? This was my favorite casserole dish in the world.
Oh, if I get your name, I'll get you one, even if it's a 2001. I'll get it. And if,
Are you really crying? Russell? Oh, honey. Oh, honey.
Morning, Jarella.
This was my favorite casserole dish, and it had a lot of meaning to me.
Look at Russell.
And I was trying to do it one-handed, and I went to open the fridge, and it was more than I could handle.
No, I haven't seen it go.
I'm so grateful.
That'd be great.
It's just a casserole dish, and that's not my kids. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that... Hi, cutie. You did get new shoes. Did Abby's like...
she said them not wearing a mask is killing me. They're your kids, you're the parent. If you want them to wear masks, you tell them to wear masks.
Like, do you want to just keep my Vans? And I'm like, sure.
Oh, well, we're sure on my birthday.
No, she can have them.
On my birthday, she can just steal my shoes and go. Happy birthday, Ruby. Well, those
Yeah.
are the exact shoes that she was like wanting.
We could just get like 2 more things just in case. Just keep our fridge full.
Okay, well I'm gonna get some protein shakes because we're almost out. Okay, the medicine aisle is completely empty. The medicine aisle? I wanna go look at it. Wow. Someone really wanted Uncrustables. No one likes grape though. I think this is a good opportunity for stores to see what is not selling. I think that's the upside. Wow.
It's a serious one. The question is, do we all
Get COVID.
get COVID?
We're gonna stay home anyway. So
Do we all share a communal cup? Because I rarely get sick. I think it's just a cold.
Aww.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Thank you.
I know, super fun.
Instant headache. She was right. It's like breathing water up your nose for 30 minutes.
Come out.
Found dead
What?
skin.
She found dead skin. Come out.
Dead skin.
Get out from underneath my bed. Right now.
Dead skin everywhere. I write that song.
You wrote that song, Dead Skin. You're gonna have to write, I'm dead now because you're in so much
Well, that's
trouble.
nice.
Look at me. You're going straight to bed and you don't get dessert today. We're all gonna go out and get a cookie.
Then play a family game.
Eve, you cannot be in my room and do that.
Wow, for hiding under the mom's
I
bed.
don't have any. Will you go in your bathroom and get some? Russell, go take these and throw them in the garbage can. We had family dinner and I was looking and looking and looking for Eve and I was like, why isn't Eve at the dinner table yet? She usually comes to dinner
Okay,
as soon as I
Carlotta, be
call her.
safe.
And then I go looking outside. We've been looking for 30 straight minutes for her and I was starting to get worried and I was like, okay, we're gonna start calling around the neighborhood and if I can't find Eve in the next 20 minutes, I'm calling the police. And then I found this. You only got a little gist of it on camera. All of the discipline takes place off camera. But
Yeah, I bet.
one of the
We don't want any
consequences is she will not be
evidence for
getting
that.
her nails painted for a solid month. And that's like her favorite thing, is to have me do her nails. And she's gonna have to go without for a month until she learns that she's not old enough to do this yet by herself. All right, verdict is in. We saved the floor. It came off the tile okay. But I think my rug is totaled.
But aren't you glad it happened that way and not the other way around?
Well, it came off the tile okay.
Well, I know, but aren't you glad?
I'm glad it came off the tile and
So you have to look at the bright side.
thank you, Sherry.
The tile is good, and it would have been a lot more expensive than to replace at most $100 rug.
It's not $100, yeah. Not that
I
expensive.
I actually feel bad because this Sherry, she's the one that is at university, I believe. So she moved out. And she has been, she has been in the media too, basically saying that, it's about time that this happened. But I bet that she had like guilt leaving her brothers and sisters there, but she, at least she was able to get away.
Eve wants to say sorry.
Okay, you tell her to come here. Come here. Come here.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry for what?
I'm sorry for making a mess and
I am more upset that you came in my room when you knew you weren't supposed to. And you got into my things that you knew were not yours. That makes me more upset than making a mess. Because messes happen, but you were sneaking. And then you hid instead of telling me the truth.
I was just really sorry, and I didn't mean to do it. And then I said I shouldn't have done this idea.
You knew that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You're still going to have the consequence of not having your nails done for a month. You understand that?
Yes. And I still want to buy you one of the Nutter rugs.
You still want to buy
Aww.
Maybe you can do some extra chores to help them with the money.
Mom.
It's a deal. Give me a hug.
Mom, can I help you too to get paid? Because I want a lot of money.
You.
I apologize.
Okay, I need some time alone. I need some space.
Taken away for 7 months and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. And they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then walked out the door and I'm like,
You guys, the kid had to go without a bed for 7 months for pulling a prank on his little brother. Like, that's what siblings are supposed to do.
he was like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on. And I was like, we're not going to Disneyland. He started crying and hitting me. And then he went back to bed in tears. And then...
So that was kind of fun. And it's been over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have no intention of returning a phone. Abby, we took the phone away from Abby in November. And you may never get the phone back.
Probably.
No, I have no friends.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore
Because they're
they say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live. They're pretty far away.
So,
Yeah, sharing with everyone the fact that you don't have a group of friends, that's really hard. I'm sorry that you're in that situation. And I'm proud of you for cutting off with friends who make inappropriate jokes and who are inappropriate.
Well, I'm sure they weren't even allowed. My guess would be they weren't allowed to have friends over anyway. And when you start getting into the, like I was saying before, my daughter, this is her first year of high school and things got ramped up, you know, like they start doing more, going places to hang out with their friends more and all that. And it's sad because those kids are missing out on that. Okay. So this is the interview with, so Ruby Frankie is the mom that we just saw. Her business partner is Jodie Hildebrandt, and she was arrested for the same exact charges that Ruby was. Child abuse, neglect. I don't remember all the charges, but they were charged basically with the same things. So this is an interview with Jodie Hildebrandt's niece.
When was the last time you either saw, spoke to, or in a way heard from Jodie? Has it been a long time?
It's been a long time. I think it was a family member's wedding, like probably over a decade ago.
You were also under her care at one point, right?
Yeah, I was left in her care when I was a teenager for a little under a year.
Have you met Ruby before?
No, I've never met Ruby. This is the first time I've ever even heard of her. I have gone and watched at least some of her videos. They're very difficult to watch just for my own experience with that form of therapy. It's quite triggering, to be honest. So I've never met her, but the thing.
Right. And I bet it's also, I'm sure, because neighbors have said that they called the police, they've called CPS, basically, you know, nothing was happening to her, no matter who reported it. So I'm sure that, you know, the neighborhood, the you know, the school district, whatever, knew about it. And yeah, I wouldn't have let my kids go over there either, which is really sad for those kids. I would welcome them in my home, but I wouldn't let my kids go over there.
Things that she is saying and regurgitating are very, very familiar to me. It's interesting to watch I mean,
Good morning, Josh.
but it's interesting to watch the world respond to her and kind of putting her at the forefront. And I understand that she's the mother of these children, and it makes sense. But the philosophies and the therapeutic modalities that she's using are Jodie's. And these are not new. These are not, this is a pattern that Jodie has been engaged with for.
Right, Starfire. Good morning, Starfire. I don't think I said good morning to you, honey. Yeah, like you take their bed as punishment. And okay, that's crappy enough as it is, but for 7 months, that's crazy.
At least 14 years. I don't know if there are other people that she's used these on, but she's definitely taught. I know that she teaches parents to use these types of therapies, as she would call them. So yeah, it's been a really interesting experience watching everyone focus on Ruby, and I understand why. But this is Jodie. These are Jodie's words. These are Jodie's ideas. These are over decades old. So yeah.
Is that why you've called Jodie the mastermind behind all of this?
Yes. That doesn't excuse Ruby's involvement and her perpetuating these beliefs and these systems, but Ruby didn't come up with this. Ruby obviously supports it and has used these on her children, but this is coming from Jodie.
In short, can you describe what you mean? Like, which practices are you talking about, just to make sure we're clear, because I know there's a lot out there. So which ones are you talking about that you've seen, that you're hearing about pertaining to her children, that you're familiar with too?
Sure, yeah. So the things that I experienced while living with Jodie, I experienced being tied, I experienced being duct taped, I experienced being blindfolded.
Wow.
I experienced severe isolation. I experienced severe emotional, spiritual, and psychological abuse. I experienced being told I shouldn't be around other people, being told that I was dangerous to be around. People were afraid of me to the point where I was afraid of myself. I was physically, I was forced to sleep outside in the snow. I was, like I said, isolated for up to 12 hours a day. If someone spoke to me directly, if I wasn't wearing duct tape on my mouth, I had to just stare at them and not respond, because she also had systems of people that would report back to her if I broke any of these rules. And her whole thing, which is deeply, darkly ironic, is that everything stems from shame, and how horrible shame is, and that all of the reason, like all of mental illness, all tics, so like OCDs, addiction, everything stems from shame, which is just horrifying, because she is the greatest perpetuator of shame. She also, and this is like a very deep connection, and why I chose to come forward to the media rather than just staying with the podcast. She accused me of being a sex addict. She accused me of being addicted to masturbation, to the point where I wasn't allowed to, I mentioned this on the podcast, to the point where I wasn't allowed to use tampons. I never was allowed privacy unless I was isolated. So that included the bathroom. I was never allowed to have the door closed, because she was convinced that I was just constantly masturbating. She was convinced that I was addicted to porn. I had never seen porn at that point in my life. I didn't even know that people with my anatomy could masturbate. Like I had no idea any of this stuff, but I just believed her, because everything, like, one, she used religion and God as a mode of control, and a mode to manipulate. And so I just believed all of these things. So her ability to convince you of these neuroticisms and these behaviors is,
good morning,
Kat.
Kat.
A teenager. And so a child in that position of being told this over and over and over and over again, which I'm certain he was, stood no chance. She also, because of the abuse and torturing that was going on, and the belief that she had that I was doing something more. So,
and this, I mean, it's horrible. And this isn't even her kid. Like, I want to know where this girl's parents were. Like, how horrible that you get plucked out of your home and put in, and somebody like that is your guardian. What a nightmare.
Her rationale to the severity of these punishments and this physical and emotional abuse was, she wanted to make my life, and this is like her quote, like this is what she would tell me all of the time. She wanted to make my life so uncomfortable that it would force the sin out, that it would force me to confess. So things continuously got worse and worse and progressively more and more intense as a way to get me to confess.
Holy
because she
cow,
believed that if
Goblin.
I had confessed everything, if all of my sins were out and in the open, that I would be getting better. And I was declining like very fast, exponentially. And so she just kept ramping it up. And so to hear Ruby to tell the world that her child is a sex addict, a predator, and has been addicted to porn since he was 3 years old, it just echoes exactly the things that she was telling me and telling everyone around me. And I know that I think I don't know if I got this right, but I'm pretty sure that she's saying that he even confessed to it. Well, I also confessed to things that I didn't do as a way of trying to get the abuse to stop. Because when she's like drilling it into you both psychologically and physically that there's more, and it will stop once you tell her. Because that's what she would tell you. Like in the middle of the abuse, she'd be like, I'll stop as soon as you tell me. As soon as you tell me what's going on, what you did. Oh, she was also convinced that I had abortions. She was convinced.
That's the worst. I will say my mom, I was a good kid. You guys know from how I am now. I mean, I never got into trouble because I was scared to death of everything. Like I might have sassed my mom or something, but that was like the worst it was. But I cannot imagine, like any kind of punishment that severe for anything.
She made me do 12-step because she was convinced I was an addict, like a drug addict as
well.
Oh
my God.
I've never done drugs.
That's such a horrible feeling. My mom would do that. She would like accuse me of being on drugs or something. And I was like the last person back then that would have done anything like that. And I was always getting accused of stuff. So that's why you guys have heard me say, I hate when people call me Danielle, because only my mom called me that. And every time she said my name, I was getting, in trouble, accused of something that I didn't do. And I knew no matter what I said, she wouldn't believe me that I didn't do it. And that's exactly what this sounds like at a like 1,000 times,
Again, I didn't know that masturbation was even possible. I had no idea what these things were. So I just started making things up as a way, as like trying to get this to stop. Because
that has not been said on Lynn. It was her business partner. I have not heard it said that there was anything like that, but I kind of got that feeling as well, only because of how close they were and how, like, I don't know. It almost was like she was submissive to Jodie or something. It was a weird kind of connection.
No one there to help me and to save me. And I think I even said that on the podcast that I was making things up. And when I spoke to the detective down in St. George days ago, I told her that as well. It's like and so even if he had confessed, it cannot be taken seriously because this child was being tortured. And I'm certain that she echoed those words of like, if you tell me, I will stop. So what is happening?
I would love to know that too, Irma. I know they were separated. I think that he hadn't seen the kids. I want to say I heard 7 months he hadn't seen the kids in. So but the thing is this didn't all just take place over a matter of 7 months. So there had to have been stuff going on when he was home. Maybe it wasn't as severe, but with his eyes not being there, I think it got ramped up more. But still, 7 months, no contact whatsoever with your kids. And he said, or I don't remember, somebody said that it was recommended that they separate from like the therapist or something. Who? Jodie? Of course Jodie's going to say that. She can't brainwash if somebody, if there's a man there witnessing everything.
It just echoes so close to home of what she did to me. And the repercussions, the emotional and physical repercussions of those actions, like the fact that she can, because the thing that's so sinister about this is that it can't be disproven. So even if like she goes to prison, his name is cleared, it will never be fully cleared because it cannot be disproven. So this is going to potentially follow him for the rest of his life. So even with those children being taken out of her care, she is.
I'm going to pause it. Are you guys all having connectivity issues? Let me see what my Wi-Fi is doing. don't know what's going on this morning, guys. So we'll have to watch too. There is videos out there from her sisters, from not Jodie's, Ruby's sisters. So there's videos of them too. Um, you know, commenting on everything.
Still abusing them. And so with whatever is happening, whatever did happen, I can guarantee you it's not what she's saying.
Her business, Connections Classroom, is this the same approach she uses for all of her patients as well that are not family or not Ruby's kids, as far as you know?
I don't know the intricacies of what she promotes and what she teaches on Connections Classroom. If it's anything even close, then I mean, I'm certain that there's going to be parallels. I know that she believes that all shame should be punished, and I know that like that. So like I wouldn't be surprised. I really don't know. I've stayed away as much as possible from her and her world, to just heal and to try to salvage any life that I could possibly live post living with her.
With that said, it sounds like this wasn't really a secret, though. Obviously, you knew about these teachings. Other people in her family, probably both families I've been hearing, knew about some of these practices or had heard of. Why do you think it took to 2023 for a child to escape, go to a neighbor's house, call 911, and now this is a thing? Like, why did it take this long?
I think it's a combination of quite a few things. One, the church supports her. She's been promoted by the church, and people trust the church. Members trust their bishops, they trust their stake presidents, and a lot of these people, most people that are going to therapy, if not all, are in a vulnerable position. And she is remarkably convincing. She is also terrifying if you cross her, because she has and will systematically destroy your life. She destroys your reputation. She destroys any of your credibility. So even because there are definitely people that have been speaking out against her. I mean, she lost her license because of someone speaking out in 2012. Like, this is not, she's not just, everyone's not just been like, okay, yeah, for sure, fair game, free for all. People have been criticizing her. That's just that no one has listened. Because one, we have a culture of people not believing children and not trusting children, and also children trust their parents, and then
could you imagine
the church? So there's been,
could you imagine coming out, about the abuse or whatever, and people not believing you? I mean, that's horrible.
And Jodie, what she does that's so tricky is that she utilizes and uses whatever is available. So if you go to her with OCD, if you go to her with severe depression, she'll use that information as a way of control. Oh, you have OCD because you have deep-rooted shame, and those tics are happening because the shame has nowhere to go, and so it's coming out in this neuroticism. And then, or let's say like you told her that you lied, which is a normal human thing that we've all done. That doesn't make you a liar. Oh, well, you lied. You're a liar. Now everything you say is a lie, and you can't be trusted. And she also separates people. She keeps people so they can't talk and corroborate. Like, it is so vile and tricky and ingenious. Like, Jodie is she is a very unwell person. I don't know her exact diagnoses, but I know that she's been diagnosed with a plethora of things. And yeah, so it's devastating, because I went forward as well. I mean, I went to the police when I was 16. I tried to do what I could, and no one believed me, because why would they? She destroyed my credibility. I was an angry teenager, and now I'm just you're just like an emotional, angry teenager and she had told people that I destroyed my family's life, that I destroyed my dad's life, that every person I come in contact, I destroy. So she sets up the premise, and then when I come forward and try to tell people,
sorry, Goblin,
this is what's happening, she can be like, oh, see, Jesse's trying to destroy my life, is what they do. It just all adds up. So she's so good at protecting those loopholes and discrediting people.
Is that why you think maybe other members of both families still won't speak out publicly about this right now and are staying quiet? Or do you think it's a fear thing, or just want to stay out of it? Is there any thought process on that?
I can't speak to why people aren't. I know the culture of my family. I think that it's probably probably a number of things. Some people, I think it's just that they themselves have been harmed so much by her, and they want to stay. They just want to live their life.
Good morning, Leah. Hope you're doing well this morning.
Other members, it could be fear. I can't say. All I can say, and again, the only reason why I'm coming forward, I was not planning on coming forward to the media other than just doing the podcast interview, is when I heard that Ruby accused her child of this, because And I just hope that this can give the public some context and some clarity of what is happening and why they should not believe her.
So 6 charges of aggravated child abuse. That's what's on the table. I'm sure you're not a legal expert. I'm not either, but I've talked to a number of attorneys just kind of about this case, more about the hype of the case, because it's obviously gotten a ton of attention because of Ruby's profile, right? Because of the high profile aspect of the YouTube channel. And that's why I think it's interesting we're talking about Jodie, because Ruby's got, as you mentioned, is getting the spotlight in a weird way. And Jodie, as you mentioned, is behind a lot of the tactics. Do you feel like 6?
Dang, good for you, Goblin. That's some healing, I'm sure, had to take place there.
Felony charges. I mean, in your mind, is that enough punishment for what is alleged against that?
I mean, I don't think that it's the full scope. I mean, including my own child abuse that I experienced. I mean, I want justice and I want fair justice. So I want everything that she has done, that both of them have done, to be held accountable. Whether that be 6, 12, 18, however many, I just want to see that she is held accountable for the things that she has done. Because, but I personally believe that that is not covering everything that she's done. And I can say that because I know that she's not being held accountable for what she did to me, in the legal system. I mean,
how closely are you following this? Are you looking every day to see if there's something new that's put out? I mean, where is your mindset at with the case, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm not following it every single day. I'm trying to navigate just my own emotional safety in all of this. I'm trying to stay up to date. I have people that have sent me things that feel a little bit more safe in being more aware of what's going on. And so like when something big does come out, like with Ruby's accusations, I had someone sent that to me. And I was sitting in the parking lot of Lowe's and I started having a panic attack because it was just so directly similar. I mean, the exact thing. This is exactly what she does. This is what Jodie does. And so now, because she's painted him as this thing, regardless of what comes out, like he's no longer, I mean, I think
Morning, Hannibal.
Through this and the judge can see through this. But that's the goal, is so that anything that he says is now no longer credible.
What do you think the public will ultimately take away from these two as it pertains to the court proceedings and such?
I mean, I just hope that Jodie is not sidelined in this, because she is so connected to what is happening. And yes, Ruby needs to be held accountable because she made those choices. She's just as guilty. But Jodie's been doing this for much longer and has patterns and history in this. So I just really hope that, yes, Ruby is the focus because of her high profile and because they're her children. But those children were, as far as I'm aware, I hope I got this right, were in Jodie's care. Like, this isn't, I just so hope that even though Ruby's the focus, I just hope that Jodie is not, that she's not able to slink away and just kind of fade into the background, because she's the foundation.
So what do you guys think? Do you think that like Ruby was like brainwashed by Jodie? I forgot what I was doing. I was getting Hannibal's link. Ooh, careful, Cammy. Watch out. Honey, you gotta move out of the monitor. Okay. Who was it? Goblin, was it you that was gonna look for a link or something? I think Ruby was trying to justify her own behavior and Jodie validated her. I think they are all both equally monsters. I do too. Ruby is already abusive in her own little way. It's almost, it's what's scary about it too is you have to have a coldness to be able to inflict those punishments. That's what's scary to me. Like, if you can feel that coldness towards your own children, or they may not, Goblin, you know what I mean? They may not be around for anything for her. even picking a place for, well, they won't have to because she'll be in jail the rest of her life now. My husband's uncle was an LDS bishop. Well, I see, the thing is I don't think that, just like anything, I don't think you can take an entire group of people and label them bad, you know? I know the IDLF has, you know, been called out on their discipline tactics and stuff too. But I don't know that that means that everybody that's in that religion handles their children the same way, you know? I hate to like label an entire group as being abusive. Ruby's family said she was always like this. Oh, that's what we wanted to look for. I wanted to look for the interviews from her sisters, actually. We were cut off. All right, here's one. I will say too, people were not pleased with the response that her sisters gave. This might have been the one. I think I saw one, not the other one though.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty. He has duct taped around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been...
Morning, Jag. Morning, Bree.
Around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay,
Good to
this
see you,
boy
Bree.
has been...
Oh, did Nick come in too? I didn't see Nick either. Yep, there she is. Good morning, Nick.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
Child escaping a house looking for water and something to eat. This is sick stuff. Sick stuff. But this child was part of a family that had a YouTube channel, wildly successful, 8 passengers, millions and millions of subscribers,
Starfire.
millions and millions of views.
Have a happy and safe hump day.
Some controversy, obviously, surrounding the mother and how she was raising her kids, but now it's not controversy, it's a crime she's accused of abusing her own children. This is sick stuff. Now, Ruby Frankie is her name.
Okay,
she
Nick,
has
be
a
safe.
sister, and her sister
posted
a statement on YouTube.
Morning, Bama.
Regarding the charges against her sister and the situation as a whole. Let's take a listen to a little bit of that video from Bonnie Holan.
This feels like a very impossible video to make. The more I learn, my feelings are turning more to anger. I am mad. I am mad at what has happened. I am beyond disgusted, and I feel like it makes me tremble. It makes me tremble because it is unheard of. It's truly unbelievable. We did not know what they were doing because, like we said, we were cut off. We did not have access to anyone. I don't agree with how extreme they are on everything. I knew they were weird. I knew that they were off. Those are the things that we kept quiet about, because what was I going to say? What was I going to do? I was not going to come out and publicly say that I don't like my sister. I didn't post because I physically couldn't. I physically could not turn my camera on. I physically could not come up with a structured thought in my mind. I felt completely out of my mind. This has hurt every single person in our family. I am not my sister. I am not my sister's mistakes.
Her own family.
Okay, that was what did you guys think? I felt like that was partly an act, like that part at the end. I am not my sister's mistakes. Like I don't know. And she said, I could have sworn she also had said in the full-length video of the interview, I thought she had said that they had tried reporting, but now she just said that they were cut off. Basically, we couldn't do anything. Well, you could have at least done wellness checks with CPS or something, you know, especially if you thought that she was off and she was caring for 8 kids.
Turning on her. She's got a status conference coming up on September 21st. Ruby Franke, the last time she had a hearing in court, it was a Zoom hearing, and the Zoom feed.
You guys got the same feeling I did. I don't like her. It's not about her. That was disingenuous. She's kind of weird herself. Right. Those are her nieces and nephews. Exactly, Moon. That was so fake. Like, I'm sorry, but if I was worried like that, whether it was family or not, you should be calling somebody. Like I said, even if it's just for a wellness check to be sure that the kids aren't being harmed in any way. Glam says they reported before, but I think Ruby cut them off when Jodie came in the story. Yeah, I bet you're right. No remorse for their none. I don't. Ugh. And like Jodie acts all like smut. See, now I'm not saying that Ruby isn't responsible. I mean, she's a crap of a human being and a crap mom. All of that goes without saying. But I do kind of feel like Jodie, especially after her niece talking, I feel like she is like the mastermind. I feel like she kind of brainwashed Ruby and Ruby followed along. Like I feel like she was in charge, almost in charge of Ruby even.
It almost crashed because of all the people that were watching Ruby Franke make her first appearance for child abuse charges. This is a very, very popular and very, very controversial mom fluencer. Let's bring back in our think tank, Bernardo Villalona, Brian Watkins, Philip Dubé. Philip, this case garnering a lot of attention, and I think some of the evidence that may be used against her will be her own videos that she was posting about how she was raising and treating her children, including the child who had to climb and escape out of a house to get food and water.
It's hideous. It's just terrible. I mean, here you have a woman basically preaching parenting and, the role of a happy marriage, blissful home life. And in reality, you have a virtual mommy dearest on steroids, like a sadistic nurse Ratched raising her kids in this fashion. And I'm telling you, Vinny, when that evidence comes in of that neighbor finding that boy with the duct tape and all the injuries and the malnourishment, she is looking at 90 years in prison. It's 15
90 years in prison. Yeah, she's not going to need an old age home. She has her old age home.
years in prison per count, and there's 6 counts. She is not going to walk away from this when those kids take the stand and they have photos of those children's injury. It's
Look
just
at those
tragic,
kids. How
just
could
sadistic and obviously hypocritical of the mother to have done this to her own children. It's just tragic.
Bernarda, this Ruby Franke strikes me as...
to be perfectly honest, if she even survives it, Annalyn, her and Jodie both, like, I don't know if they're going to just stick them in with the regular population, but people do not take kindly to child abusers. They just don't, and they shouldn't.
Someone who's, I don't think she's going to take a deal. I don't think she's going to admit to doing anything wrong. Her own sister says there's something wrong with her. She's off. I think she'll want to get up inside the courtroom like she got in front of those cameras on her YouTube page and on her podcast and talk about her way, her system, on how she believes children should be raised.
Absolutely, Vinny. And I don't think the prosecutor is going to offer a deal to this woman. She is not worthy of a deal. She's not worthy to serve less than the sentence than what's required under the law because of just how egregious the injuries were. I mean, literally, I got goosebumps listening to that 911 call. You saw that the neighbor wasn't even able to get through the call without crying. Like, you heard his voice trembling. So just imagine 12 jurors when they're listening and then they're visualizing what actually transpired. But a woman like this, I think that, of course, she will want to take the stand. And I don't think the defense attorneys are going to be able to prevent her from taking the stand because ultimately it is up
I believe that, Annalyn, unfortunately.
to the defendant to determine whether they want to testify. And a judge is going to ask them and tell them that it is up to them whether they want to testify. It is not the sole decision of the defense attorney. And a woman who thinks that she can get
Wow, Goblin. That had to have been scary.
through and get by and get over on everyone like she has and been living in the media for so long, she's going to be very difficult to control.
Brian Watkins also telling that her oldest daughter has turned on her as well, very publicly.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you know, this is going to be a very easy case for the prosecution. All they have to do is put the kids on the stand and say, what happened? What did mommy do to you? And the kids are going to talk. They're not going to be cross-examined. They're not going to be impeached. You know, everyone is going to believe the kids, and it's corroborated by the neighbor's story. I don't know where the defense goes. The only place that the defense can go is try to explain her conduct in some an irrational way. She has to say this happened, but it didn't hurt him, and this is my way from discipline, and I'm a mother, and I have a right to discipline my kids the way I want. I mean, that is the only place she can go with this defense, because when the kids testify, it's whatever the kid says goes.
There's that. Hold on. I want to be sure that I got the right link for this. Hang on. Yep, I got it. Okay. Still want to see the other sister. Thought she had her own channel that she did it on. Oh, here's that niece again. Here's the other one.
I'm speaking today about my sister Ruby Frankie, who was arrested a few weeks ago for child abuse. By now, you probably know that. You also probably have seen my sister Bonnie's video. I was about to post a video yesterday or today and just couldn't bring myself to do it. I've been trying to gather my thoughts for several weeks, and I don't think I'm ever going to have my thoughts completely put together here because it's involved so many people. There's so many little details. I am not going to be a news update. I will not update you on news. I will not give all of the little nitty-gritty details. I know I don't need to sit here and defend myself. I know I don't need to go into the history of what has happened.
Good morning, Jessica.
So we'll see where this goes and how much I get into. but the past few weeks have been extremely hard. Not only did all that happen,
because on Lynn, they both have channels as well. So, you know, their subscribers were wanting a statement from them. So that's why. But I find that they are both snappy and pardon my French, but bitchy. They're not.
Happened with Ruby, but I had just moved to a new state, and Landon had to go
Morning,
back to
Landy.
Utah to finish up his dissertation for his degree, and so I've been settling into a new home with the kids without his help, and all of this fell down. So I literally have not had the physical or emotional capacity to address anyone, nor do I need to address anyone, but here we are. 3 years ago, Ruby, everything was great. It seemed to be fine anyway. We were a typical family. She was getting some therapy counseling because their family needed it, which I think is great. However, I think you need to get it from a great source. Read the reviews. Jodie Hildebrandt and her website or therapy style, I don't know what you want to call it, connections, was not a great resource. And we all saw it. We all felt weird about this Jodie lady. We weren't comfortable with it. We didn't like it. We didn't like the teachings Ruby was bringing to the family functions, and we were this close to telling her, if you come to our family events anymore, we do not want to hear what you were learning through connections because we don't like it. We never did say that to her, but we thought it. Anyway, so 3 years ago, Ruby and I hung out bottling tomatoes, and then a few weeks later, crap hit the fan and she left the family. And she didn't even call me to say, hey, you know, Julie, you're doing this and this, and I don't like it. You're living your life in distortion, so I'm gonna have to take some time away from you. No, literally nothing. She did call my mom and yelled at my mom on the phone for 45 minutes and accused her of things that were not true. It was almost as if Ruby had been making up memories from her childhood. She was trying to grab at anything she could, and she would exaggerate on everything. So she started all of her lies back then, lying to everyone in her life, getting rid of all of her friends and family, and I literally had no contact with her. She wouldn't respond to any texts or emails over the time that I tried reaching out to her. Never got a response from her. So I was very fortunate to have been able to reach out to her daughter Sherry once she was an adult, and we were able to form a really close, strong relationship, which I am grateful for. And it was then that I learned more about Ruby, and it was then that Sherry had learned about lies that had been told to her. I feel like me and my other sisters have said, we feel like we've just been kind of floating on a cloud here these past few weeks. We are in complete shock still as to what she had done, because we had no idea of what was happening. Basically, I'm here to say that I had no idea what was happening.
I was muted.
Like Bonnie mentioned in her video, we are not going to let Ruby destroy another thing in our lives. We have our platforms where we try and bring brightness and positivity.
I was just saying, Hugh, I don't get a good feeling from either of the sisters speaking out. They come off bitchy
into other people's lives, and that is why we didn't talk about Ruby in our content for the past 3 years. Yeah, we try and show the highs and lows of everyday family and parenting, but Ruby's topic was not supposed to be part of that content, and it was none of your business. It was nothing that we needed to talk about, and I wasn't sure if her kids were maybe still watching these videos, and I didn't want to be not tactful and slander their mom and then have them watch those videos. That didn't sound like a nice thing to do either, and so that is another reason why we didn't talk about the subject of Ruby for the past few years on my channel. However, as far as my platforms go, I do want to continue them, but the content will probably look a little bit different. I have some pre-recorded videos before all of this fell apart that I will be posting, and then after those videos, I will probably just shift my content a little bit, and it'll be a little different, but I will still be here posting probably once a week instead of twice a week like I had been. And I hope you guys stick around. Those followers who have been following me for years saw past all of this. You were here to support and love no matter what. The people who came here to my comment section with negativity and attack were probably people that didn't even know who we were. And so I know not to take offense to all of that, even though it was still really hard to see and hear all of the negativity. So if you have been a long-time viewer and you have stuck around, thank you so much for your love and support. And if you are new to my channel, welcome.
Yeah, I agree, Goblin, because it gives you, like, even those videos give you ooey vibes, you know, like, I don't know, like they're not to be trusted as well. I mean, I guess they may have gotten, you know, been under fire too because of or their sister, but like she said, those people don't know each one of them, whatever. And I think that they owed it to their subscribers to at least, you know, comment on it to some extent. Okay. Mom of 8. Now here is her most recent short. And like I said, I get the feeling from this short that it was entirely to show CPS that they're cleaning and that the kids are happy and, you know, being kids.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so here we are. We're cleaning up the backyard. We got our garbage. We got our other garbage. Getting ready for winter coming up. Kids are being kids, having fun. Yeah.
Good morning, Hannibal.
Thanks for watching.
That was it. Do you guys get that feeling? I totally feel like that was for the benefit of the people. All right. So we watched the first 2. So we'll go on to this one. 5 days since my husband suddenly died.
5 days since
maybe
my
this was
husband
the one we
passed
did
away.
watch, because this is
I
one where
kinda
it
have
looks like she's talking while she's nude. So I think we did watch that one. So it'd be 1, 2, 3.
It's 4 a.m. in the morning and the police came to my door. Somebody that watched my video called them, and the police went and they looked at my videos on YouTube and they came to check on me.
They were concerned I might be having suicidal thoughts, so they questioned me. They came at 4 a.m. A viewer in my province had called the OPP, Provincial Police.
I was so relieved when they told me that I didn't have anything to worry about, that I wasn't in trouble, because that was what I first thought when they came. Is I thought, oh no, the results came back and there's something not right. The results from the autopsy, that is, and I was afraid that they were here because I was in trouble. So they said I wasn't in trouble, thank God, and that somebody had called them that had seen my video the 39 hours after, and they just came to check to see if I was okay, and it was very comforting. They were understanding, and they said that anybody would have those kinds
She's
of thoughts.
very Hugh, she's very vocal about the fact that she is afraid that there's going to be charges put against her for neglect because the husband was laying on the floor and she had filmed him on the floor.
After something like that happened, and they were comforting. And I just want to tell you that I didn't know a lot of good people in my life, that's one of the reasons why I chose to stay at home with my children and raise them as a stay-at-home.
See, and I can't help but feel like her husband put that in her. Like, you know, talked down about people so that she wouldn't want to venture out or away.
Mom, my husband, the same thing. He hadn't known many good people in his life, and that's one of the reasons why he had attempted suicide long before we met. Like long back when he was like 30 years old, he had multiple suicide attempts. So it means a lot. It means so much to me that there are good people that are caring and that are reaching out to me and care about our family, our children, and I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. I told the police that it was a comfort to have so many people that care. And at one point I would have been upset about somebody calling the police because I wouldn't know what their intentions were. Was it malice to cause trouble, or was it good intentions? But I'm glad that it's out in the open now and that the police know. They've seen my videos and they said I'm not in trouble. That is such a relief. And I told them that it was nice of them to come and check on me, and they were understanding, and I appreciate that. To be honest, I think the kids are taking it better than I am myself, and that was a great relief too, because my most important
I did watch that
concern
one, Hugh.
was how my children would take it, how they would they be okay, and they seem to be doing all right. I seem to be taking it the worst. Everyone else seems to be managing better. So that's a big relief.
Most of the kids don't even know. You haven't even told them. So, of course, they're handling it better.
So again, I thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough.
The thing is, Hugh, is I didn't get the impression that he was so sickly that he needed cared for. He seemed perfectly capable of taking care of himself. So that was weird. I wrote a poem for my supporters and more details about my husband's
Hello,
death.
this is Rosalie, mom of 8 kids. I've been getting a lot of criticism on my channel, and I was thinking last night about the warm people who support me and care and have said such beautiful things to comfort me. And I really, really appreciate
Right,
it.
Hugh.
I was
And
thinking,
then, like I was saying yesterday, it's also odd to me that the 2 oldest boys have their driver's license, but she doesn't. I mean, he already had to teach 2 people how to drive. Why didn't he, teach her how to drive when he was teaching them?
But I was thinking, what could I do to show them my gratitude? So what I did today is I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem for you. And I'm going to share that with you in a little bit here.
I was looking too at her, hold on, let me see. At her Patreon. I don't understand it. Maybe one of you will. Okay. So what does this part right here mean where it says 30.6? I would assume that means $30.60 per month. But right here it says choose your membership, and the only membership she has is a $2 a month membership. But she has 167 members on her Patreon, and if each one of them are paying $2 a month, then from her Patreon she's getting over $300 a month. And then her channel, let's see, her channel is now at 8.17K, which has happened in a matter of just a few weeks for her. So she'll be bringing in money between the YouTube and her Patreon. She'll be bringing in money to help.
People have been spreading rumors that I've been deleting comments, and I haven't been deleting anybody's comment. I know that YouTube will delete comments if it deems it inappropriate, and that would happen without notice. So check your comment. If you don't see it, maybe it was deleted.
Yeah, see, I don't get it. Why does it say that it's $30.60, but the membership is $2? Yeah, it's gone up. That's what I'm confused about. And that's why I looked at it this morning, because others have been saying that number has risen since she started the Patreon. So I guess I just don't understand why it says that $30.60 a month, but the membership is only one membership and it's a $2 a month membership. And I even put join so I could see, but there's nowhere to even make it more. There is no, choice to up the membership or whatever. So I don't understand what that $30 was about.
By YouTube, because I have not been deleting anything. Question is why I would leave my husband on the floor as long as I did. And one of the prescriptions that he had was a sleeping pill. And so he would take that sleeping pill that the doctor gave to him, and he would fall asleep around the house. And that's why I was used to him sleeping around the house. So when
it definitely won't be enough. And but she'll definitely get government help. They're already in government housing, and that was with her husband's disability. So I'm sure they will get government help. Plus she's in Canada, so I feel like they provide more help than we do here.
Left him on the floor. He was snoring loudly. And I went downstairs into the basement, and I was organizing some cans of food, because we have a small kitchen because our home is small, and we have our pantry downstairs in the basement. I was down there 20 minutes, and I don't want to fall prey to guilt, because I know this is nobody's fault what happened, but I came upstairs, and I know
right, Annalyn, it still just baffles me that he was passed out on the kitchen floor and they just walked past him the whole time, and then she does say something about when I found him. That wasn't when you found him. You knew he was on the floor. You took video of him on the floor. So you didn't find him. You knew right where he was.
He was quiet. So in one of my previous shorts, he's snoring very loudly, and that would happen when he would take his pills, what he's supposed to be taking. It would make him snore loud. And so when he was quiet, that's when I called the ambulance. And yes, they told me to do
No, I would have called the ambulance the first time you tried to wake him up and couldn't get him up.
CPR. They didn't call it CPR, they called it heart palpitations. And I spoke to a nurse later on, after he passed, and I said that we were trying our best, and she said it probably wouldn't have done much anyway. So that's the story. He was definitely alive. He was snoring. He wasn't passed out. I don't think that you can snore if you're passed out or unconscious. And as I said, when I came upstairs, I called the ambulance. I gave all of his pills that he was on to the police, and they handed it to the paramedics when they came. So I haven't been trying to hide anything. Another question is, why was I so afraid of the autopsy results? I wasn't afraid of the autopsy results. I just didn't understand why the police were at my...
Okay, I just for some reason I had to Google if there can be snoring if you're unconscious. And the answer is snoring can occur in the sleeping and in the unconscious patient so long as there is some form of breathing occurring.
Door when the results were not expected back for months. So, of course, in that moment, my brain was trying to think, well, what would they be doing here? So that's what it thought of. Again, I haven't done anything. I have been on guard with people of authority because I've had some bad experiences. I've witnessed some police that have been biased when they shouldn't have been. I have witnessed somebody being falsely accused, and so I could tell you those stories in another video. I want to say that this is the largest collection of compassionate people I have ever seen in my life. And I've taken the social workers program at college, like 20.
Yeah, she's going to say like 20. She took it around that time that she left home and everything.
Years ago. So I am so
He
grateful.
didn't give her the freedom to know people. She said numerous times they have no family, they have no friends. He kept her and the kids completely isolated, basically. So of course you're just now seeing that there are good people in the world.
To all of you, I really am. And so I was thinking,
yes, I did see that.
What could I do for them to show my appreciation, my heartfelt appreciation? And so I came up with this poem today. It took me a few hours. It's called Life After Death. That's the title, and it has two meanings. Life after death because my husband is in heaven, and life after death here on earth, my life after his death. So the pun is intended, life after death. Words cannot express my gratitude.
Thank you, Annabelle.
So a bunch of metaphors I will allude. A maple seed floating on top of the water, helpless to which way the water pushes it, trying not to descend down the rapids. A beacon in a world of gray, that is what you mean to me. Arduously climbing up the side of a mountain, with the light on top I see. Love is the creator expressing itself. Love is the connection to life. Without this, there is only more strife. And that's the end. So, I hope you liked it. I didn't have... That's my daughter. I didn't have months and months to work on it. I only had a few hours today. And so...
Mom, you're done.
Yeah, I'm just about done here. So now I've got to put the little ones to bed. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for supporting me. I do love you, and thank you so much for your caring and compassion and empathy. That's my daughter. She's bumping the camera. Passion, could you stop?
I'm imagining it, Goblin. And I was surprised too, because when she started these videos, like, there are different little things she adds in editing that I'm like, wow, she like knew to edit that. She's not dumb. She's just been sheltered.
Hello, this is Rosalie, mom of 8 kids. For those who don't know, my husband passed away suddenly, unexpected, last July. And it's been hard. and I wanted to make this video to answer some questions that people have been confused about. I also want to let you guys know that I've also had 2 more people visiting me. One was the Family and Children's Services, again, for the second time. They had already closed their...
My husband died. I have cried. His toes were manky. My hair is janky. The widowhood abides. I love it.
Their investigation from being called when my husband passed suddenly, that was routine, I understand. That's because the children were so young. And the police were called again on me. I'm laughing because I'm not in trouble. But apparently the fax worker showed up at my door, and I had just gotten a letter 2 days prior saying that the investigation was closed.
Hugh, the one video, she literally has crumbs like on her eyebrow, on the side of her face. She was such a mess in that one.
So last Thursday, so I'm recording this, today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, October 10th. Last Thursday at 4 a.m. in the morning, the police were knocking on my door because somebody in the same province that I live in called the OPP because they had seen my videos. I live in Canada, so we don't have states, we have provinces in Canada, and so the OPP was able to look up where I live because they have everything on record there. And they came to check on me. I mentioned that in a previous video already, and they just wanted to see how I was doing.
Like even that, putting the clickable link up at the top, the card, you know, for the other video. Like, I mean, she's not dumb for as little videos as she has out for her to have, you know, figured all that out.
You know, make sure that I wasn't suicidal or anything like that. So they asked me some questions, and yeah, they said that I wasn't in trouble. And then they left, and I told them that I appreciated them checking on me because they were understanding, and they said anyone would have those kinds of thoughts, you know. The video was 39 hours after my husband had suddenly passed.
No, Nick, talking life. Ruby Frankie was a family channel, and it was called 8 Passengers. And I want to say she was like a huge channel. This, the mom of 8, is she just started posting videos like 6 months ago. And then when her husband passed in July, she recorded videos, but she never posted them until a few weeks ago. So that's one of the things that got her on everybody's radar, was because they were really mad that she was posting these videos as if they were, you know, recorded the same day, and they weren't. They were recorded like 3 months ago.
So they saw the videos I posted on YouTube. Everything's out in the open now. So now on to the very next day, last Friday, I got a visit from the fax worker. Again, this time another worker, and somebody from Switzerland, believe it or not, had contacted them. He said he didn't know that they even existed. He couldn't remember the exact name, but it was cyber security, something like that. And they contacted Family and Children's Services in the US. It's called CPS, Child Protection.
Well, see, now don't laugh at me. I know I can be naive, but see, I was kind of like, at first, I'm like, I didn't feel like it was that huge of a deal that she waited to post them. The huge deal was that she didn't tell people, you know, I recorded this 3 months ago, you know, so people thought that her husband had just died 39 hours ago or whatever. But for me, I was like, I wouldn't be in the frame of mind to even hit the record button if my husband passed suddenly. Like, two, we have to remember this girl went from home to her husband. Like, she was only 19 when they got together. So her entire adult life was spent with him. And it sounds to me like he pretty much took took care of everything as far as telling her, if she was paying bills, he was the one standing over her telling her to pay this and, whatever. I just feel like he had a lot of control. And I feel like her age is like stunted at that 19-year-old. But even my 15-year-old would know some of the things that she's not aware of. And I think it's just because of the way that he sheltered them all.
So that's why they came. And so, yeah, believe it or not, I guess there's some kind of organization policing the internet. And so he wanted to speak to all the children, which he did. He asked everybody questions. He wanted to do a check of the whole house. And I showed him the whole house and a thorough check of the whole house.
That's probably one of the biggest things that blew my mind, Hugh, is her not telling the kids. And we watched yesterday where because I had thought she said she told the 16-year-old, but we went back and replayed it. And no, all she told the 16-year-old was that he was at a hospital in another city. And she was like, which is true, like, which to me was a total like immature like response, like trying to skirt your way around lying. It just, I don't know, that struck me odd.
Even wanted to see like what was behind the closet doors. So I showed him, I said, it's just a closet and this is a bathroom. I showed it to him.
Same,
so,
Bella.
He saw
Same. I started dating my husband at 16. We didn't marry until I was 22. But I was just like that. I went from my mom's house to my husband's, so I feel like this guy was extremely controlling. He had them all isolated from the rest of the world. So I feel like she has no life experience. And at the same time, she's raised a 20-year-old.
Saw the basement. There's no dungeon or anything. And for those who think that I'm conning people in and I'm making this all up, I'm not making it up at all. Here's the letter I can show you. Here, I'm just going to cover the address. This is the letter that I received like 2 days before the worker came again. Fax Family and Children's Services.
Show the pic of them. Where is it, Hugh? What's her name? Because I was watching another channel that's covering her too, and they were like, I don't think we've got, I think it was Tipster I was watching. Maybe, I don't know. But whoever I was watching was like, we have not gotten her real name, like her real first name.
And this is the date. Let me see here. There's the date. So you can see I'm not lying. And let me see here. I just want to cover up the area. There we go here.
Is that what it is?
Right here. It says, hang on here. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. Hopefully you can read that. I'll read it.
Good morning,
this is to
Jamie.
advise that Family and Children's Services has concluded the child protection investigation pertaining to your family referred to this agency on July 16th. The reported concerns were verified. However, the risk of ongoing concern has been mitigated and your file with this agency will now close. So see, I will show it again. If you couldn't see it before, it's focusing now. See, we'll now close. So they came. She visited every, let me see here, every 2 weeks she wanted to visit, and she came 2 or 3 times. And so yeah, and you know, when the police came that early morning at 4 in the morning, I told them that Fax Head came and checked everything out. I offered to show them the letter. They were all right. They didn't need to see the letter. And, you know, I told them they could contact my doctor or something like that. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. But I did tell them about my family doctor. And so the very same day, at 10:30 in the evening, the detective shows up at my door. Again, somebody had called and complained that they weren't investigating properly because I said on the video that I had this evidence and that I didn't tell them about the evidence. And I got to tell you right now, if I was guilty of doing anything, then I would not talk about it on social media. So she talked to me for about half an hour outside, and she said, "Why didn't you ask me about it?" And I said, "Well, I didn't think that you could talk about it. Like, honestly, I don't think detectives are allowed to talk about cases. I don't think you're supposed to or can ask them, you know, what they're thinking." So she told me, "Well, do I believe he was the husband of your life? Yes, I do. And do I expect there to be anything suspicious with the results of the autopsy?" She said, "No. I expect that it'll just show opiates in his system and that's it." So she said she was very, very nice, very understanding. She said that she slept with her children too in bed, you know, because she breastfed. And she said some people will think that's terrible. And she said, and yes, your house is not clean to my standard of living, but I'm also neurotic about that kind of thing. So she cautioned me about, you know, trolls being on the internet, and there will be people that troll me. But she says, but I noticed that you had a donation thing going, and I know that you are in a difficult financial situation. And she said, "I commend you for doing something about that." So, yes, she was nice about it. And let me see, what else did she say? I think that was pretty much it, except that now I have to...
Here's the pictures, guys. Oh, it does kind of look... So, ROSALL. Maybe there's EE right here. It looks like probably. I think you're right, Rosalie. And then, thank you, Hugh. Can't tell what that says. Rosa. It looks like that Rosalie, but that one looks like it's spelled ROSALIE. There's his dumb 14 on his hand. Piece of crap.
Go in tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday in the afternoon, I have to go at 3 to the police station, and she has to ask me some questions about the video that I took. The video.
did I was going to show those too. Hold on. These are showing how it's been rising. That number right there, 14.4 a month, that number has been rising. So there's this one, and then this one. So on this one, it shows 18 a month. And then this one, 14.4. And then what did I say this morning? It was 30. So I don't get it, though. I don't understand why it says that. But then when you go to join, that would really stink for people to be going over there joining for $2 and then it's really $30.
On the pictures that I took of my husband before he passed away. So she said I'm not in trouble.
Yeah, me neither,
So,
Jarella. I don't really know anything about Patreon either. It's just really weird how it's like that. Like, if you look at it, it says, like I said, the number has kept rising, but right now it's like $30.60 per month, but you can only join at a $2 level. So I don't understand.
if I wanted, I could bring a lawyer, but she says you won't need to because you're not in trouble. And now she does have to ask me some questions about those things because it wasn't brought up before when she came. So, I'm not worried about it. And I wanted to answer a few questions because I know that there's been some confusion going on. And yes, July 16th is the day my husband passed away unexpectedly.
Oh, that's a good observation, Lilith. Lilith said, hey, Danny, tinfoil hat theory, but those numbers, the pricing seems kind of related to the tattoos hubby had, like the 14 and then the 8. And you know what, Lilith, in which case, then it just kind of like reiterates the fact that like she's been brainwashed. She's been told these things, basically her whole adult life. And she was isolated from anybody that would talk any sense to her. So all the stuff that, he would spew or that he believed or whatever, she just, bought into it all.
I've been trying to leave dates in the description or pin it in a comment above the comment section. People are spreading rumors saying that I'm deleting comments. They're saying I'm lying about when he died. I'm putting everything out in the open. I don't know what more I can do. I'm putting the date at the start of every single video that I do now. So on with the questions. One question that I get asked a lot is...
Yeah, I got that too. He wasn't saying that. He was using other reasons for it, but that's exactly what I got too out of that one.
What are you doing with an older guy? Like that old. My husband was 70 when he passed away. And I think that the best way to answer that is, and to answer a lot of questions, is to tell you guys what happened. So I've been married to him for 20 years. I was 19 when we got engaged.
Yep, I agree,
I met him in college. I was in the social workers program, and so was he. And at the time, he had a lot of energy. He was the top student in the class. We had 80 students in our classroom, and he was the top student. He was the president of student council. He was the executive director of pro-life. He was head of, or I guess you could say executive director of pro-life at college.
And she was 19 when they got together, Hannibal. So she was 19 and he was, what, 49? Yeah.
And he had won some student awards. He had a lot of energy. And when we got together...
I know when she talks about
wa-
she talks about how he went through depression like years and years before her, you know, before she came along, and he went through this, and he had, you know, attempted unaliving himself a couple times and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, lady, he lived an entire flippin' life, you know, and you weren't even born for most of it. Like, that's crazy.
Was the one that would go out every single morning
Good
at
morning,
6 a.m.
Juicer.
for an hour-long bike ride. I'm not kidding. I would be the one in bed till like 7 in the morning, and he would be the one getting up bicycling, and he would bicycle really fast. So after a couple years into our marriage, he had a strenuous youth, I guess you could call it. When he was about 30, he spent a lot of time walking. Him and I could stay home with our children, and we could collect dividends. And
that scared me. The cat just jumped onto my desk and ran across my keyboard. And I'm like holding my breath, like, what keys is she going to mess up? She didn't get anything good.
Be home with our family. But that got all wiped out, and then we had to go on social assistance. So, needless to say, my husband's health declined again. He fell into a depression. He felt bad that he couldn't give us the life that he wanted to. He felt bad that that money was for his family's future. And it's too bad, you know. I don't think he ever recovered from that, to be honest. I don't think he ever recovered from losing the money in the stock market. And I know some people would say, well, it's only money, but that was our future, you know. And so here, let me look here. Let me see what else what other questions there are. Let me see here. Oh yeah. While he was in that depression, I became pregnant with our son Victory, who is now 12 years old. And the reason why his name is Victor.
You think it's fake, VIP? See, I don't think it's fake. I just think that she's very stunted. Like, she seems very, very, very young for 40. It baffles my mind that she was able to raise, you know, the three boys that are, you know, the 16, 18, and 20-year-olds. Like, it baffles me. She has basically grown children. And how did she do that?
Is because there's a special meaning to it. My husband would have suicidal thoughts at that point in time, and gradually he was able over months to move away from those thoughts of thinking how he'd like to kill himself. And so the birth of our son, our fourth son, was a point whereby he was able to be victorious in fighting those kinds of thoughts and desires, and that's why we named him Victory. So that's a quick rundown of our situation in the last 20 years. And I hope
very cult feeling. I totally agree.
Hope that clears up a lot of questions that people have been having. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow with the detective. And I've been appreciating all of the support and the stories and experiences that you've been sharing. I really appreciate all of the kindness.
I never have,
and
Goblin.
I want to tell you that I don't feel alone as much anymore now that I've done this, and so many of you have been so kind. So I do truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. I think I hear the baby. Okay, bye.
Let me see, Jarella. I think we did where the dad is sitting on the recliner and holding the little boy. Let me see. This one? It's 2 a.m. Parents know this.
Mom of 8 kids here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and our baby is finally asleep on my husband, his dad, and we're watching music on the TV.
This is up in the middle of like back then. And we're enjoying our time.
Same, Jarella. I don't know. I just be very, very careful, guys, with who you give your money to. And if you don't know 100% that it's a legit, there is so many charities out there that your money could help.
And we'll be going to bed shortly. I'm happy to have the family we have here.
Subscribe to our channel. Do 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 do.
Oh, we did watch that one. Let's see. Let's see if we can find one. Why would this be 12 needles, vaccine ketchup, how we do it? Why would she need 12 needles?
Late, as usual. Getting out. I wanted to go to the dollar store to get a toy, something I saw that was perfect, and the baby's in the van without his pants on. So bring his pants so he can be fully dressed by the time we go in the clinic.
Well, I was saying that yesterday, Goblin. First of all, we're not watching that because I seriously will hurl. But I assume those are the dad's feet. And so when she was, so worried about neglect, I was like, oh, wow. I mean, if those were those feet were pretty bad. I don't know if he was diabetic or what, but yeah, they were pretty bad. So I kind of understand where, she would be worried that there was, she was going to get in trouble for neglect.
And hopefully we won't be too late for our appointment. So usually we handle these appointments very well, including dental appointments, doctor's appointments. And it is good if you have time to get ready the night before, but I didn't have time. Yeah. But when it comes to the actual appointment usually goes well.
I feel like they're not clean. I mean, you can have a messy house, but be clean yourself, shower, clean clothes, all that. I don't feel like they're clean. Like the kids' hair all looks dirty.
So they're going to be getting caught up on their vaccinations. We already took 2 kids to the doctors to get some of them, but they couldn't do all the kids, so now we have to take the 3 kids that are way behind. Which is our
exactly like
3-year-old
Fred.
Empress, our baby Eugenia, he's over 1 year old, and our
oh my gosh,
little boy back there.
Wait, where's Nick? Their one little girl's name is Eugenia. That's what she said, right? Let's go back. Nick's skeleton name is Eugenia. Done it now, Danny.
Okay, so we're late as usual.
What is happening?
Okay, so we're late as usual. Getting out, I wanted to go to the dollar store to get a toy, something I saw that was perfect, and the baby's in the van without his pants on. So bring his pants so he can be fully dressed by the time we go in the clinic, and hopefully we
Making me dizzy.
won't be too late for our appointment. So usually we handle these appointments very well, including dental appointments, doctor's appointments. And it is good if you have time to get ready the night before, but I didn't
Even
have
the
time.
baby's hair doesn't look clean.
Yeah, but when it comes to the actual appointment usually goes well. So they're going to be getting caught up on their vaccinations. We already took 2 kids to the doctors to get some of them.
Right,
but
Hannibal.
all the kids.
He
So now we
always
have
looks
to take
shocked.
The 3 kids that are way behind, which is our 3-year-old Empress, our baby Eugenius, he's over 1 year old, and our
It's
little boy
Eugene,
back
I think.
there, Victory. He's getting his grade 7 needles. The little guy's about to get his vaccines. He's going to need 4 needles. Unfortunately,
So
I
at
have my
first
husband
I
here to
thought, okay, maybe they are, one of those families that wait to get their vaccines till the kids are older or whatever. No, I kind of think that they just have not taken their kids to the doctor, because this one's little and he's getting his normal vaccines, but the others have to get like 12 shots. That's awful. I'm surprised a doctor's office would even do 12 shots at one time.
help. He's with the other 2 waiting in the van because they're only going to take 1 child at a time. So, he's going to need 1 in each arm, probably 1 in each leg. Hang on, little guy. Okay, no, he wants to go down on the floor. The nurse has just gone back to get the needles, and we're waiting for her. So we'll put pants on after so he doesn't pick at his band-aids on his legs once he gets his needles. Hey, little guy. The key to good parenting is compassion and understanding. Understanding that this is very big for them, even if it's not for you, and that they're scared and frightened, and it's a terrible thing for them to go through. So we try to make it a little easier on them with big dentist appointments, and especially something like now where they're getting 4 needles, or even
she pulls that front part up into one of those like little elastic ponytail holders so that it stays out of his eyes. Yes, a haircut would do the same thing, Nicole, but she uses an elastic.
5 needles for our 3-year-old. So it's just a little bit easier on them afterwards, that terrible experience, to have a nice toy. So he's fine now. The first 2 he didn't even really realize what she was doing. It was the last 2 she said would sting. So there's his 2 in that arm, and then there's 2 in that arm. And the first two, he didn't even cry. Like I said, he didn't even know what was going on. But now he's okay. I gave him some breast milk. Breast makes everything better. And next we'll be getting his older brother.
Not a dookie tread.
Yeah, he's in good humor.
Yeah.
She's restless.
Empress? Oh, Victory. Empress needs a lot. Empress needs a lot, so it's your turn next. Here's baby. He's all done. He's good. He didn't even cry like the first two.
Oh, I expected him
He
to
did.
cry.
Well, he did the second two. He got 2 in his arm.
So I put him back in his seat.
Yeah, you take him.
Okay.
And I gotta bring Victory in now.
Close
Do you
the
want to
door.
come in and record?
Close
No?
the door.
Okay. Yeah, baby got that book. Yeah, you can look at that. You can get one when you come in. It's not your turn yet, Empress.
Oh, Mom, if you
Morning,
see a
Arrow.
bouncy ball, I'd like you to get one.
No, they don't have bouncy balls there. They have books.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that one was odd, Hugh.
Bye, guys.
Look at their hair. Who takes your kids to the doctors without them being clean and their hair brushed? Did you make them brush their teeth?
All right. Okay, this way. Who's right?
You're right. Okay. So then, do you want to do 2 in that arm and 1 in that arm? Sure. Okay. So.
I guess, well, you know how I am, cats. Like, I don't know, with her, because she seems so stunted, like maturity wise and everything. I really feel like, you know, he groomed her. Like, he took her in at a time where she was really, you know, young. If she's this immature at 40, imagine how immature she was at 19. And if he took her in and preached those things to her and isolated her from everyone around, you know, all the people that cared about her. She had no friends, no family. They didn't even have contact with his family. So I really feel like it's kind of like a brainwashed type of thing with her. And when you watch like the grocery video and stuff like that, there's a lot of times where she speaks and he says something and she just shuts up. Like, I just feel like it was a lot of control and a lot of mind games. But him, I think, was a piece of crap.
2 in the left arm, right? Because he doesn't use, he's not right-handed. I mean, he is right-handed, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so 2 in his left. And
Yeah,
then 1
okay.
there.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
So does this come up a little more? Because we want to get all the way up. Are you able to?
Yeah, I can roll it up here.
Yeah, perfect.
There. Now it'll stay up.
Okay, and so just verify no allergies.
Nope, no allergies.
Anywhere else? Perfect. We already went through all the other questions. Perfect. And
This boy probably has beautiful hair if it was clean and brushed.
June 22nd.
Perfect. So it's coming up.
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm just gonna clean your arm, okay? Okay. Yeah, he's already red right here too.
That could have been from trying to get his
Oh
arm
yeah. I was just
exposed.
Yeah.
Workshop smoothie stat.
He's so skinny.
Yeah, that's alright though. Okay, so we'll do the first one. Okay, so this is the menjakoppel. So I just gotta, you wanna relax your arm, okay? Perfect. Okay, 1 done.
There you go. You're getting there.
You good? Yeah? Okay, good.
He's a good boy.
He's so good. Okay, so this one is your hepatitis B, okay? So yeah, you wanna relax your arm just like you did. Okay, so just a little.
Good job, buddy.
I have no idea what that was.
Let's just see. Let me see. I don't even know where I put
Yeah,
it.
she must have. I didn't do it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let me see. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Is that what it is? I kept thinking she was saying Eugenia, but then I realized that was the little boy, so it must be Eugene. But I bet you're right, Eugenius. That sounds like one of the names they would name their kids. And could you imagine, like, I keep thinking about that boy, the one that they have named Arian. Like, hopefully these kids do not follow in their dad's footsteps, and completely turn away from anything like that. But that poor boy is basically scarred for life with that name, especially because he will always know why he has that name, what the meaning behind it was for his family. Oh, yeah, they totally are, Moon.
Good job.
Yes, Ghost. I feel bad for the kids on so many levels.
Good boy. He's ready. He's ready to get it done with.
He's like, let's just get it done. Okay. Awesome. So I'm just gonna.
And so this will be his vaccines for grade 8 too, or?
Yeah. So he will need these, and then the hepatitis B and HPV just have a booster, in 6 months.
Okay.
And then he's good. Yeah.
How are you doing, Victory?
You're doing okay?
Thumbs up.
Yeah, Juicer. There's one named
A
Arian.
little poke. 1, 2, 3. This one kind of burns. I'm sorry, but the burning does go away. Let's see. Perfect. We're just gonna hold that. You're all done. Good job. How was it? You okay? So today you want to make sure you move your arms as much as you can, okay? You want to make sure you move those muscles, okay?
Yeah, that's nuts, Hugh. I'm wondering. So what I'm wondering is the fact that they have to get all of these shots. Okay, is she talking about 12 amongst 3 of them? Like 12 shots altogether, or just one kid? Anyway, I'm wondering if, because she's doing all this, if they're late getting shots and stuff, then maybe they weren't enrolled in regular school and they were being homeschooled, and now she's sending them to public school, which demands that, they're updated on all their shots.
Okay, good job.
Oh yeah, that too, Hugh. Yep, you're right.
Perfect. Good job. All right.
Yep, cats.
3 done. Took it like a pro. There we go. You can go like this. So yeah, you want to make sure you move your arms today, okay?
Yeah. Good job, Victory. Very proud of you.
That was such an amazing job. Okay.
That's a boy.
Everybody's
Last nerve.
gonna
That's
want one of those now at home.
it's a boy, and
You have 8
his
kids?
his
Oh,
name is
nice. What's the
Victory.
ages?
1, 3, 6. No, sorry, she just turned 7 last couple in August.
Yeah.
And then we have 10 and
I think Hugh hit the nail on the head, though, Hannibal. I think that she's scrambling to get all this done because of CPS being in the picture. That makes total sense. But like I said, then are they homeschooled? Because I can't see him getting through elementary school not knowing his date of birth.
11. I can't remember. 11.
Yep.
And then
Come on, what's going on? I do see my connection is low. Low for me though, so it should. I mean, our connection is so high that I think it should still be fine. Wah, wah, wah. All right, we are at 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Well, there we go.
1, 3, 6. No, sorry, she just turned 7 last couple in August. Yeah. And then we have 10.
Ah. Don't even have it jacked up for quality. It's still doing that. I don't know, guys. We might be poop out of luck. It's not even raining here, so there should be nothing wrong. All right, let me try this.
Now at home. We have 8 kids.
You have 8 kids?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What's the ages?
1, 3.
And she keeps messing up their ages. Every time she talks about their ages, they're different ages. Guys, if this doesn't shape up.
6. No, sorry, she just turned 7 last couple in August. Yeah. And then we have 10 and Victory is 11. I can't remember. 11.
Yep.
And then we have a 16-year-old, 18-year-old, and 19-year-old. Sorry, 7. Yeah, his birthday's in January, so yeah. He's 18 and his older brother's going to be 20 this June.
Wow. Busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Busy mom. That's fun though. That's nice. My brother has 8 kids too as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, so not many people, but there's quite a few actually.
Yeah, we're a dying breed.
Yeah, and like the oldest is 22. He just actually had a baby. And the youngest is 11. So all within that.
Your brother just had a baby?
No, my nephew.
Oh.
That's a lot of kids for
so yeah,
what, 11 years.
Starting early like his dad.
Yeah, my brother was actually like 25, 26 when he first started, yeah. So, perfect. All right, you feel okay? Okay, good job. So yeah, you want to make sure you move your arms, same thing. If they feel a little like sore, that you can always give them some Tylenol or Advil. Just drink a little extra fluid. Okay, all right. So, and then we have Empress.
Okay, so Victory has to stay here for 15 minutes?
So just in the front.
over there, and then we will print out a record for him.
Okay.
So then it shows everything that he has.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
What are you doing here?
Oh, this one's probably going to be bad.
Yeah, I know you want to get
That's
a
a
book here.
bad age.
What you have to do is take Arian to his appointment. His appointment's at 11.
What happened to Victor?
Yeah, here's the address.
That was 11:30.
What happened to Victor?
He's still in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's the address. And
Did you pick a book?
take him to his appointment. That is how you get back here, okay? That's, just put it in the machine. All right, now Empress, it's your turn. Come on.
Grass fields, but
Yeah,
okay.
she can get,
Mom,
yeah.
I want to go over there.
She's
but
going to get
here's
it all
awful.
today so she doesn't have to come back. I don't think it's going to be good she comes back. She comes back, she's probably going to freak out. Okay, my girl, this way. Okay, don't touch the door. Don't touch the door. You stay, go back. Yeah, go back in the van.
I get
Daddy.
that, Cats.
No, no.
You know
Daddy's
how
gonna
I
take
am.
Aaron to his appointment. Go back in the van. Kids are getting restless in the van, so looks like their dad let them play outside. It's taking a long time here.
Are you gonna get a book too?
She,
Yeah. Perfect.
well, when she sees what Victory has, she'll want that too.
You want these circles? She can have one of those. Here.
Oh, I bet it is too, Cats. Because she said they had, this wasn't the first CPS like running.
So no medical condition, no immunocompromised medications, no allergies. We went through all those.
Yes, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad you like it. Do you want to show Empress your band-aids? Okay.
See, I didn't know all that, Cats. I just know that they're basically hate mongrels.
Oh, I thought you said it's sore. You want to show her the other one? Victory got another band-aid on his other arm.
Poor girl, look at her hair. That's going to hurt to finally brush. Maybe she is trying to get them to have dreads. The white supremacists. Well, I just don't grasp that kind of stuff, like hating for stuff like that. I don't know. Look at her poor hair. Ugh.
Oh, you're so sweet. She's lifting up her sleeve.
Oh,
so sweet.
So good.
Oh, what a sweetheart you are. You're so sweet. She wants to be good, eh?
She's so good.
You're doing great, my girl. You can tell she doesn't remember any.
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
I mean, isn't that the stuff that like doctors write in their files, you know? Like the kids came in, they were unkept, they were you know, dirty, unshowered.
Victor, you're being very good too.
I know, you did amazing. Hey. So I don't know, Mom, do you want to sit with her? Just, like, I think she'll be good for the first one, but you might just have to help me, like.
Oh yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will.
So do you want to start with the first one, and then did you want to sit with her?
Yep.
Okay.
Just get her.
So this one. Can you relax your arm? Relax, honey.
There we
Relax. Look over that way. So this one.
go. Victory. Good. Thank you, Victory.
All done.
Wow. First one.
Yay!
First one. That's good. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay, look over that way.
Another one. Wow.
All done.
Good girl. Oh, you're doing so well.
She's been amazing.
Wow.
All your kids are so good.
Thank you.
And then this one will sting a little.
I suck. I was saying, Hugh, I totally agree because look at what condition these kids are in, and there was 2 parents in the home. Now there's only going to be her. What, you know, it just is sad. Think what condition, you know, the home and the kids will be in now when there's one less adult.
So we're just gonna. Someone just goes in the back of the arm.
Okay, that one more for this arm, my girl. Okay. And then Mommy will have something really nice for you. When we get home, because I'm so proud of
And
you.
you get to pick a book out too, honey.
Oh, wow, yeah. I think I know which one she'll pick too.
Yeah?
Yeah. There we go.
This one just staying a little.
Last
Ouchie.
one for that one.
All
Okay.
done.
All done.
Wow, she was amazing.
Let's put some Band-Aids. You are so good.
Aw.
Amazing. So good.
Get her. Good girl.
They're all
That was
tough, right?
so good.
Perfect.
I thought that would be the hardest one.
Over there. Yeah. So we need a Band-Aid, or else can you even see? Sometimes this one you can't even see. It goes in the...
I think it's right there. Right.
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, no, it's right there.
And that's just a little... Perfect. Okay, we'll get one for that.
Yeah. It's starting. Yeah, good. Because it's bleeding a little.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow.
You are so good. High five. Oh,
You're so sweet.
you're so good. Okay, we're almost there.
Now we have to do this arm. See, Victor, you got each arm. Yeah, you're doing
Okay,
so
so
good.
I'm actually gonna kind of see if we can move you. Just, I don't know. I think my butt will be in your way.
Okay, this way.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this just goes right here. Almost done, honey. Almost done.
Yeah, I just need 2 more. One,
So yeah, this
two.
one is a little ouchy. Okay.
She's extremely chill.
Good girl. Wow, you did so well. She's not even crying.
She's so tough.
This,
like,
that's
really.
number 4.
I know, you know what, and then it's kind of good. I think it's really good that we chose to do all of them because you get it done and over with,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
You're
This
so
is the
good.
last one, and then we don't have to come back. You'll be all done. Okay, just like Passion is done, and just like Victory's all done. And Baby. Oh,
All done.
last one. That's it. You're all done. You're all done. Oh, you're so sweet. You didn't even cry, but if you want to cry, it's okay. You can let it out.
Yeah,
the
you
emotion.
can if you need to. And do you want to pick a book? Yeah? Okay. So let's just put these on and then Mommy can help you.
Oh, I don't want to get your hair there. The other one's dripping. What's the stuff that comes out? Is that part of the vaccine?
Yeah, it does that.
Is that okay
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
comes out?
Yeah, usually with those ones it always does, just because it's going into the, not the muscle, so it's going into the sub-Q. So, and like to the fat. So it does that.
Just as long as she gets enough.
Oh yeah, she will.
Let's see. I think it was right there.
Yeah, I think so too.
There we go.
Good
All
job,
done.
honey.
All done.
All right.
Wow, you did so
Okay.
well.
Does Mommy want to bring you over here and you can pick which book? Let me see if there's any other little.
This one? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah?
I thought
She wanted the bunny ears.
Yeah,
Aw,
I thought
cute. Good job, honey.
Good girl, you're all done.
Perfect.
We're very proud of you. Oh, she wants to go.
Yep. So you guys can go wait in the other room, and then I'm gonna I printed off Victory's and her record.
Okay, let me put some stuff on your hand. Is there a hand sanitizer here? Yeah. Okay, just squirt it on her hand.
There you go, sweetheart.
There, we're all done. Okay.
Yeah, all your kids did amazing.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, and then we just wait in the front of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I will actually fill this out. I have his printed with like
Needles
when
don't
the next
bother me.
vaccines are due, and then I will meet you out there.
Okay.
So it's 11:14, so 11:29. You guys are good to go. So just like I said, for all of them, their arms might be a little sore.
Okay.
The more they move it, the better
Don't
it is.
touch the doorknob, okay?
And also, yeah, like Tylenol, Advil, make sure that they drink a little more, and right?
Okay.
All done? Here, hold on. Wait for my BK. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look them up because I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I will meet you
Got
guys out
everything
there.
here? Good.
Yeah. Thanks.
I got a pile of papers here. This way. Yeah, good. That's it. She did so well. You did very well too, Victory. Wait. This way. This way. Now we can just come and sit down.
I was going to say, I hope his friends call him Vic, but he doesn't have friends.
Over here. You can look at your book, or I can read you your book if you want.
I can't watch when they take my blood, Glam. That does make me sick. It's not the needle, it's the running of the blood into the...
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 papers. Okay. Yeah, I'll take you on my lap and I'll read your book to you, okay?
We had to wait more outside in the smoky yellowish air. Wildfires in Canada. Oh, that poor little girl.
Here we are now waiting for the van. And Empress has had a full recovery, I'd say. There are band-aids on just one arm and 2 on the other. Yeah, you're watching the birds.
His hair is pretty. That, Brandy, I was saying that earlier. I wish it was washed and taken care of.
Kids are getting bored waiting for Daddy.
Right, Hannibal? God. And I always, like, raising kids, I would always, preach to my kids about deodorant and, showering, like any parent. But I always used to tell my kids, you do not want to be the stinky one in school. That creates a whole mess of other problems.
Don't you? Hi.
Hi, Trey. Tommy. I know I love you.
Aww.
She got a book from the nurse.
Dad had to go take that other boy to a different appointment. And so they're waiting for him to come back. Animal.
Oh no, don't touch it. Yuck, 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 yuck. Chris touched bird poop waiting for you, and then she picked up a yucky cigarette butt on the ground. Look at her. Yeah, they're like badges of honor. Her band-aids. Oh, she did super. She didn't even cry. And she's thrilled about the book that the nurse gave her. I read it to her.
was
They're nice books, eh?
Mike, how do I get it? Can I do
That's
it?
really nice. Okay, get back in your seat now. There ain't no tie in.
Okay.
Get in your seat.
Victory was very good too.
Mom, can you give me the over book?
Uncle Rico.
Okay. Erin, can you get her buckled in her seat? We're going, my girl. We're going. Oh, there's a loony on the floor. That must have been from us. That must have been ours. I'm so hungry.
I know, Goblin, but like it's almost worrisome because they're all so like chill, like zombified. It's kind of weird that all of them are like that, except for the little 3-year-old. Well, she was like that when she was getting her shots, though. I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah, well, pizza for us costs like $70.
I know, or Wendy's is $70.
I found a loony on the ground. It must have been from you.
Yeah.
Kids. So they were really, really good. Hey, Empress, want to show me your band-aids? There, one on that arm and one on three on that arm and 2 on the others. Badges of honor. Okay. Okay. Oh, hi, my little guy. Oh, you're just waking up? And she said make sure that they eat a little bit more and drink a little more just because of the immune response.
You know what I keep thinking too? How those little elastics, they pull your hair and break your hair so bad. And she's not even brushing the hair to put it in. So I don't know how to explain it. So that's going to make it even more like twist your hair, and it's going to make it even harder to get it out of their hair. Ugh.
Yeah, and we had a long morning here, so we're going to reward ourselves, treat ourselves with some takeout. Yeah, a pizza delivery, which for us is $70, even with coupons. Hey, little guy. And
that's your story, huh, Hannibal?
Kind of celebrate. And see, she's made a full recovery. Yes, we're going to order pizza, okay? And then we're going to watch a movie. So, I had to give her a toy because she didn't get a toy when she got her needle at the doctor's like a month and a half ago. So she wanted her poppet that the nurse gave her. So now our girls love My Little Pony, so I got this. Yeah. $5. They're $5 at Dollarama.
Wow, they go up to 5?
Yeah, that's what I said last time.
Where's the pizza?
Pizza's coming.
Okay.
Subscribe to our
At least they got some toys there. Do. Okay, let me get back to you guys. I don't know, for some reason when it starts doing that buffering, if I click on a different tab, it stops buffering, and so I don't see the my streaming stuff going like I would normally. They are poor in Aryan nation living off the taxpayers. I live in California. I see this often. See, I'm too cheap to do delivery prepared food. I'll invest big in my home. I don't spend in many other places. Her hair is in clumps. I know. It's so sad. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the baby. It's going to hurt the 3-year-old to comb it, to get those things out of it. I hope that she has the sense to cut them out and not try to get them out of their hair. You do, Hannibal. Does she ever do lives? I have questions. I have not seen her do a live. I can check, but I don't think she does. Yeah, no, she doesn't have any lives. She has shorts and she has videos. I'll put her link in the chat for y'all. Hey guys, mods, has the bot been okay, it is posting the links. Okay, good. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me for now. Make sure you are following me over on Twitch because I'm going to be streaming over there more. Different reactions over there than over here. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you to the ones that have been coming and hanging out in Nick's stream with us and in Carlotta's streams. Yeah, don't forget to do the YouTube-y things and hit that like. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and leave me a comment down below. All right, guys, I love y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.